Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm bringing you guys a new deck profile. Well, I wouldn't say a new one, more of a newly updated one for my hero deck actually. For the last time I did heroes, it was actually I think like 46 cards, maybe more, I forget. 46 to 48 at most. But I decided to cut it back down to 40 cards because, now that with the new ban list, Malicious is now back to 2. And honestly, I don't feel like the deck really needs to go past 40 cards anymore now that, we're in a far more diverse format. Now, keep in mind, I still adjusted the deck to where I can still compete, and just so that way you know what matchups you're going to be dealing with and so forth. So, anyway, I decided to share my changes, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this all the same, and just let me know what y'all think. So, let's go and get started. All right, so starting off with the main deck, of course, since it's heroes, you got to play 3 copies of Stratos as your main searcher. It also pops spells and traps based on however many heroes you control except itself. So really good way to, just to clear back row. Next, 2 Shadow Miz gives you instant access to your mass change if special summoned. She also gives you a search if she's sent to the graveyard for any other hero, but of course you can only use one of her effects once per turn and once that turn. Next, 1 copy of Liquid Soldier. Similar to Shadow Mist, if Shadow Mist is already in your grave and you never used her effect, you can normal summon this card, special summon Shadow Mist just to get access to your Mass Change 2. Now, this same thing, you can only use one of his effects once per turn and only once that turn. Now, if he's used for a fusion summon, or if it's banished for a fusion summon, you can draw 2 cards but discard 1. So it's a good way for draw power, and again, he's basically a monster reborn on normal summon. So pretty good. I still like to run the 1 solid soldier, the fact that if he's normal summon, you get an additional hero from your hand, special summoned, so that's not too bad either. So yeah, definitely want to utilize that. And also, I forgot to mention one thing before I move on to Honest Neos. If he's sent to the graveyard by a spell effect, from field to the grave, you can special summon a hero from your grave in defense mode. Next, Honest Neos. Aaron already knows what this does. It's basically Honest, but it only grants 2,500 attack points, but that's still really good, especially if you want to go for the OTK. And it's also like, if you're up against the Shaddoll matchup, honestly, Stratos basically outs Construct because it's a normal summon monster. You just search out the Honest Neos, attack, play Honest Neos, and yeah, you just basically beat over Construct for free. It's also a good way to deal with Winda too, since it just helps you out Shaddolls in general. Alright, so that's it for the Elemental Hero package. Next for the Vision Heroes. Next, 3 Ferris. This is key to the strategy. It's a good opener too. You definitely want to see this or Stratos. Just helps you get your combos going, gives you instant access to your Vision Hero package. Like Increase, everyone already knows what this does by now. And to Vion's your Foolish Burial, also searches out Polymerization for free. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For the Destiny Heroes, 2 copies of Malicious. He has that too, but you can still utilize them just fine, as long as you don't waste them too early. 1 copy of Decider. I still like this a little bit better than Celestial, just because it recurs a hero at the end phase on the turn as normal or special summon, so pretty good. So yeah, and it's only once per dual effect, so just keep that in mind. But it's also a good way to also prevent burn damage too. So like if you do the Dynatag play where like discard it to where you and your opponent will take 1,000 points of damage, Decider will basically cancel out the effect where you take the damage. So yeah, it's only where your opponent takes damage instead. So it's just a good way to just to win by time if you need to. But of course, we're not going to have to worry about that right now because we're still in a global pandemic, 1 Plasma, still very necessary. It outs pretty much everything right now, so a lot of decks have a hard time dealing with him. And for, of course, the only evil hero I'm running is Evil Hero Dust of Gold. Definitely want to play my Malicious Bane, so yeah. Alright, so now moving on, we're going to go ahead and go into spells. Actually, no, I still got one more monster to play. Last monsters, it's going to be 3 copies of Ash, just for, some general disruption. And Ash is really good this format, so yeah. Alright, now we're moving on to spells. For spells, I'm only running 2 copies of E-Call. I was running 3. Again, I kind of go back and forth between 2 and 3. It just depends on the format. And again, now that I'm running 40 cards, I kind of have to make room for other things. And honestly, I think 2 E-Call is fine, especially because the Elemental Hero package is so small. But of course, that being said, I'm still running the 1 copy of Rhoda, and of course, a copy of A Hero Lives. So you definitely still want to run these. Again, if you want to run 3 E-Call, go for it. It's really not going to be... It really isn't going to feel too different. I'm just trying to make room for other cards so that way my deck stays at 40. 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. Basically, a double Foolish Burial just to get a free fusion monster. so pretty good. 3 mass change, definitely want to bring out Dark Law as fast as you can. Dark Law basically is super good this format. It's a one-sided macrocosmos, so yeah, mass change still good. For 1 1 polymerization, 1 miracle fusion, which is surgical, and of course the 1 copy of Dark Calling. And for my last hand trap, it's actually 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. I'm so happy I got these early before it really spiked up in price, so yeah, very happy with Dual Overload. Alright, so that's it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. Extra deck's pretty standard. I'm still running the Link monsters because, you still want to utilize them. 2 copies of Cross Crusader. I'm not running that new one because that one is actually very specific on its material, so that's why I decided not to cut them. Not run it at all, actually. 1 Wonder Driver, just to recur your spells. And of course, Dread Decimator. Just synergizes so well with the deck. For the Masked Heroes, I'm running 2 Dark Law, 1 Anki, and of course 1 Masked Hero Blast. Still really good. And of course, gotta run Masked Hero Acid. And of course, to get into Acid better, you want to run Absolute Zero too. So yeah, definitely great. Moving on, 1 Elemental Hero Sunrise. This is the card that searches out your Miracle Fusion. 1 Elemental Hero The Shining for recursion, and also the fact that it's just got a good way to. It's real easy to bring out, honestly, especially if Sunrise is already in your grave, or Honest Neos, you can just bring it out with Miracle Fusion. So it's just another Miracle Fusion target aside from Absolute Zero, because Absolute Zero already is easy enough to bring out. So especially you have that Liquid Soldier already, you just want to have 2 different targets for Miracle Fusion now. 1 Dystopia. I cut the Dangerous for the Shining just because, again, now that Malicious at 2, you kind of have to figure out like what's the best way to play it now. And also, I didn't feel like Dangerous was needed anymore, so yeah, Dystopia is more than enough. 1 Vision Hero Trinity for the OTK, and of course Malicious Bane also for the OTK. So that's pretty much it. Alright, so that's it for the extra deck. Now moving on to the side deck. Give me 1 second here. Alright, side deck, 3 copies in the Biru. We're in a more diverse format. Now that we're in MR5, everyone's going to be playing like all these crazy combo decks, and you definitely want to disrupt them as soon as you can. 3 Dark Ruler No More. For the back row strategies, Cosmic Cyclone. I really don't like dealing with back row. I really just letting you guys know that now. 3 Royal Decree. I mean, everyone already knows I hate Dracos, and Dracos is a control deck, and control decks, they're just annoying. 2 Evenly Matched, and of course the 1 copy of Red Reboot. So and I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing a few Mystic Mind decks too, so that's the reason why I'm running so much back row outs. So yeah, gotta go with all that. Alright, well, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys again next time.